Welcome back to another great episode of Comedians in Bed. And as always, I have another good guest with us today. And I always like to give a nice introduction. This guy is from the mean streets of New York City. He's doing this thing out there. He's making waves. He has one of the best comedy albums out right now. I'm high. I forgot to take that banner off, but it's all right. But as you see at the bottom, he got one of the best comedy albums out right now. So I had to bring him on the podcast, man. He's very funny. He's very talented. This guy is the truth, the myth, the legend, the joke master himself. Please, everybody, give it up for Gordon Baker Bone.
Hey, what up?
Gordon, man, what's going on? How you doing today?
Not much, man. Yo, sorry for being late. I like how you said I'm from the main streets, and I'm just clearly showing my Christmas tree right now.
Hey, Doug's got Christmas trees too. Doug's got Christmas trees too.
Hey, man, I'm just happy to be decorating and shit. So,
Listen, nobody was gonna know you were late. Like, we
yeah.
we could have just.
Oh, bro. I like to be honest.
Gordon, man, how many years have you been doing comedy?
I want to say about 14 years now. 14 years going strong with doing stand up. Got my album finally out there. Working on my second one. I've been overseas a couple times. I've been out of country, so it's just really lucky and blessed to be doing this.
What was like that first time of doing comedy? Was it like a dare? Did you just thought you were funny? Went to open mic? What was that first?
Shit. I was in college. I was doing public speaking because that was like one of the requirements and whatnot. So you had to do public speaking. I went and did it, and the professor saw that, like, he said I was funny, and then on top of it, he was like, "Yo, if you don't want to come back this early ever again, all you gotta do is go do a comedy open mic, and I'll give you an A, and you don't got to come back to class." So I went and did it. That shit was a lot of fun. Shit was live. So, well, it was fun for me, and then like people told me I was funny, but like if I look back at it, I probably sucked. And then after that, I just kept going like every week just to go do stand up, and it just stuck.
14 years in, man. What did your family like think when you told them that you wanted to do comedy?
Oh, they thought I lost my fucking mind. Real talk. They they just thought it was gonna be like something that was a phase, and like I'll grow out of it. And then like when they realized like, oh, he's serious, and like when I kept going, and everybody was like, all right. Yeah, all right, then that's who he is. It wasn't until I got my first check. When I got my first check, that's when they really like was like, oh, okay, yeah, he a comic. But till then, it was just a lot of solo shit. Having to prove it on my own. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely understand. I've got family members coming out now. They finally believe.
Hey, yo, that's the crazy part when they like when your family finally come around is such a pivotal moment because you're like, what did I do to make you guys finally be like, all right, you actually doing it?
Hey, yo, my mom, when I first told her that I was doing comedy, we were going to see Ricky Smiley at the Funny Bone here.
Okay.
And I was like, this sounds like a good time to tell her. And so I just like hesitantly told her. I kind of like looked out the side of my eye. I was like, so I'm doing comedy. I was like, no, I was like, so I'm doing stand up now. She was like, stand up where? like stand up comedy, mom. Like tell jokes. She was like, oh, that's nice. You know.
Well,
when you get hit with that, oh, that's nice. That's a silent killer right there.
Oh, that hurts the most because you're like, what did I wait a minute? What do you mean that's nice? Have some type of emotion, lady.
So are we is this your bachelor pad here?
Yep.
You're the only one in there. What made you get a Christmas tree? Because I ain't got no Christmas tree up.
Like my goal was to have like something for like my nieces and nephews when they come over finally. So like when they come over, I like having a Christmas tree. Like I bought one when I had roommates, and it's just ridiculous just to have something and not put it up. And plus, like it cuts on the energy bill because like at night I ain't gotta turn on all the lights and whatnot. So I just turn the tray on, and it glows all over the apartment. So it's just like, all right, cool.
That's ghetto Ghettoly smart. I was trying to find a way to say ghetto. Like that was ghettoly smart.
I'm always trying to figure out ways to cut corners. I'm like, all right, turn the Christmas tree on. I ain't got to turn on other lights. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, nah, I definitely understand. I used to when I was in college. I used to sit down to pee, so I wouldn't piss on the seat so much. So I'm gonna have to keep getting toilet tissue.
Yo, them hood tricks that you got to do. Oh man,
they work. What's your most like hood thing that you do to like save money?
Hood thing to save money. Damn, so many. I can't even think of one right now. The biggest way I save money is Costco. Like I think every single person needs to go to Costco because it's literally you buy toilet paper like one time and that might last you 6 months, bro. Like instead of just blowing through it. Like that's my only like big tip. Because people be like, yo, why you got a Costco card? You ain't got no kids and you ain't got a family. Dude, I buy it once and I ain't gotta think about it.
So are you carrying this big old thing of tissue like on the subway? Yep. Like
Yep. I don't care who look at me. Like people bring Christmas trees on the subway. So what? I got toilet paper. What? All right.
I seen a TikTok where somebody was catering food on a subway. Like what is this? Because I'm in Columbus, we don't have subways. I've only been in a subway one time. That was when I was in Philly. Like, what are these subways like? Like, are they really what they look like on TV?
It doesn't do it justice. Like one of my favorite stops is 14th Street. When I catch the L train, you ain't gonna believe, like you go downstairs and swear to God, there's a DJ downstairs, a dude DJing, turntables, sound system. It looked like a goddamn club as you wait for the train. And he's literally spinning, he's mixing, and he's doing it from a phone. And he like, all right. Okay, like somebody saw somebody had Thanksgiving dinner on a train. I'm like, yeah, people do that.
Are you a tipper when like you see people like are singing or stuff? Do you give them a dollar?
Actually, yo, you got to be really talented to get $1 out of me though. Like I will. It's so crazy because like you actually see extremely talented people like playing for free on the subway, and you just like I've passed people that are like they're good but they're not great, and I wait to see somebody who's great on the subway playing something. So like I do tip them, and I do feel kind of fucked up. If I see you with a kid, I will tip you because like there's a churro lady like on every subway car now, so it's just like if she got her kid working with her, I'm like, all right, I got you, dog. And it's become like a competition. That's, like whoever is most talented and got the saddest look, like I can't take it. Like some dudes be down there with their pit bull begging for money. I'm like, yo, the dog don't deserve this.
I wonder, like, what gives like homeless people the courage to raise a dog? Like, I couldn't do it. That's a lot of responsibility.
Oh, that dog has a lot of responsibility too. I think that dog is mostly protection. It's an outdoor alarm system.
Are these homeless people? Are they giving cash apps? Because up here in Columbus, they'll
like, bro, yeah,
like I got cash app.
Oh yeah. I had to learn the hard way. Like there was one time I was like, I ain't got $1. He's like, I got cash app. I was like, you know what? Fine, whatever. So like I scammed and like I sent him $2, and then like I thought that was it. And then like an hour later, he sent a request like, hey, can I get another $5? I'm like, no, bro. I had to block him. I felt bad. I was like, oh man, damn.
He asked you again? That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's what he was requesting. So I was like, all right, I gotta stop. I can't be.
Can I get another $5? Like,
he put it in the note. That's what killed me, yo. He put it in the note. Can I get another $5? I'm like, damn. All right. No.
I would have been like, for why? Like, what do we need this for? Like, if the
You
reason was good enough, I would have gave him another 5. Like,
you would have had an open dialogue with this dude on Cash App.
yes, I would, man. Because niggas lie all the time. But if you gonna lie, I want to see how good your lie gonna be. And if your lie is good enough, I'll give you some money. Yeah, I'll give you some money. What I started doing now is when the homeless ask for money, I'll be
Yeah.
like, dang, bro, I was about to ask you the same thing, bro.
Oh, you told me no. We in the same boat, brother. This is just a look.
Oh man. 14 years in the game, man. What made you say it was time to record Nobody Just Me?
The messed up thing about it was like I got to a point where I was just like, I need to do it because like I used to be the comic that used to always think like, oh, somebody gonna come see me, somebody gonna come manage me, somebody gonna like offer me this, and then it's just like just one day I was just like, why am I waiting for someone to do it for me? You know what I mean? It was like, yo, you got to do stuff on your own, and that year I just came back from doing a tour with my homies, the Decepticonics, Jerome Russell, Mike Brown, Dylan Stevenson, John Minus, and we did a whole month on the road, and like we booked ourselves for it, and it went really well. And then like I was home, and I was just like, why am I waiting? I might as well just do it. So I went out, decided to do it. Hit up my references that I knew. Like that's the thing that it taught me also. I knew everybody that I needed to make an album. Like I was waiting for people to come offer me an album or say they wanted to work with me. And like literally everybody in my circle were professionals in their field that did audio, camera work, lawyers and things like that. And all I had to do was just say, I'm doing this, tell me what to do.
Yeah. So what was like that step-by-step process? Like, how did you come up with the name? How did you come up with the location to shoot it? Like, how did you come up with these things?
I was already running a show at 10th Street Live Comedy Bar. No, 10th Street Live Bar. It's not a comedy bar, but they do comedy shows. So I just said, yo, one night I'm gonna record an album. And they jumped at the idea and they were like, all right, cool. Just let us know what you need. I was like, oh, I need a sound guy. And they was like, well, you know, we have professional sound booth. Like they hooked me up with my audio engineers and things like that. We mic'd up the room. Like I knew that from doing from filming and being a director in college. So I already had that knowledge myself. So I knew how I wanted to mic up the room. I knew I want the sound I wanted. I had the camera guy that I was supposed to be there, but luckily we didn't record that night. I went through a whole planning for that. That took a week, but like he got sick the week of, so I couldn't go through with it, which turned out to be a blessing. And I knew other comics that already had albums through like Comedy Dynamic or 800-Pound Gorilla, and they told me what they went through, so I was able to pick and choose what and how I wanted to do it to make sure my album was ready for it. It was kind of nerve-wracking. Like, it's not easy. Just because you got all these references don't mean it's going to be easy. So once I got through all that, I was just able to record, had a good time, and was able to ship it out and sell it to Comedy Dynamic.
So when you say you mic'd up the room, because I've never heard this reference before, why is it important to mic up the room, and like how did you go about figuring how to mic up the room?
All right, so micing up the room, for those that don't know, like when you do a comedy album, the most important part is make sure that you are heard and also the crowd is heard also. So I made sure my mic was straight, and I made sure that there were microphones either hanging above or like kind of close to the tables so you can hear people laughing. Like you could actually hear people having conversation. You could hear the bartender like making drinks in it. That's the one thing I do love about my album. Like when you put on the headphones, you hear everything. Mm-hmm. Like if you played in your car extremely loud, you'll hear people making drinks. You'll hear people like probably going through their bag. It gives you a feel of being in a comedy club, which I loved. So miking up a room means you capture every sound of the room.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, comedy dynamics. What is this? Is my first time hearing it. What is that, and how do they provide you service?
Comedy Dynamics is a comedy recording company. They produce a ton of comedian specials, a ton of people's albums. I think they're based out of LA. You probably seen their logo on a lot of comedians' material and don't even realize like they're part of it. But they're a great company. Really worked with me and kind of gave me the knowledge that I need to know for like my next album. So yeah, they're yes, Comedy Dynamic. I think they produced whose other album? I can't even remember right now. They have such a large roster. Um what's his name? From out in LA. Tone he does the Cram videos.
Tony Baker.
Yeah, Tony Baker. There
Okay.
you
Okay.
go. Yeah.
Okay.
They got a large roster.
So are you like signing a contract with them, or you just sign up?
Yeah, I signed a contract with them to do one album. It was good time, and then now that I know how to distribute on my own and know how to more of the ropes, I plan on doing it totally differently now. So I plan on distributing myself. I plan on owning a good portion or owning all of my material now next time I go out. But that's the thing that like I had to learn the hard way. It was just like it wasn't a bad deal, but it wasn't the best deal that I think I could have made for myself. So
Why is it important to own your own material?
important to own your material because you never know when you're going like one of your jokes get real big and then like one day you look up and you got like a million plays on YouTube and you're sharing a portion of the art that you created. You know what I mean? You're not collecting all the profit off of something that you created.
Yeah.
So it's important to, in my opinion, to own all your material, all your royalties. So it's something that you can keep forever.
So me and you both know that it's important to own, but how do you go about that conversation? Is it already written in the contract? Do you renegotiate that? How do you do that?
You could renegotiate. I highly recommend people. I don't care who you are, what you do. And I know it's something that like people later in life go, all right, now I got a lawyer. But you should get a lawyer as soon as possible. Like no matter what, anytime even if you got a cell phone contract, like you might as well grab a lawyer. Like, cause honestly, it'll benefit you. They'll read through all the monotonous bullshit that's out there and let you know what you need to know and where you're getting kind of screwed over. So always have a lawyer on deck. That's the first and foremost positive thing. And I didn't read my contract all the way through, and I wanted to make sure this time around I did it. So I got a brand new lawyer, which happens to be my sister, and she passed the bar. She helped me understand my distribution. She helped me understand my ownership and what businesses to put it under. And yeah, it's a long, long thing. We really need more TED Talks about that.
See, you got the plug because I was gonna ask like how much is the retainer because I can only afford legal, so
Oh, okay. Sometimes
when you hear lawyer, you think like big money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's a lot of lawyers out there that probably won't even charge you that much, especially if it's like for a contract or something like that. They might charge you probably like $100, maybe even dinner, or just like make sure they get work down the road or a reference. Yeah. But you just gotta, like my cousin just asked me that. It was like, yo, how do you know so many lawyers? Because like outside of my sister, I do know, like I have friends that studied law and have given me this speech and have told me how to go about things in the courtroom and things like that. So try to broaden your circle. Find somebody that like study law. That don't mean just hang out at the courthouse, but try to find somebody that'll help you go over your contracts and know how like the right ways to open an LLC, because that's another thing too. A lot of people open LLCs and do all this stuff and think they got everything right, but the paperwork ain't right. So you need somebody on your side.
Yeah.
Highly important.
Yeah. How did you come about knowing what material to put on this comedy album?
Oh,
Or just in general, like how you come up with like that set list for something that you're gonna put out to the world?
that was something that I worked on for about 2 years. That set that's all in there, and that like I was kind of done with that. You know what I mean? Like you get to a point as a comedian or as just an artist where you grow tired of your own art. Like you've tweaked it, you touched it up. Sometimes you might add a little bit more here and there to it to make it kind of pop. But after a while, you just like, there's nothing left. And so when I get started this album process, I already had I'm gonna say 40 minutes all worked out, and I knew how I wanted to end it with that Kanye West flag joke. So it took 2 years of just prep, of just doing like open mics, doing shows, doing road work, and just finally feeling confident that there's no more I could do with this material. Um, as far as the set list, I don't know. Like I like my sets to sound like a conversation. You know what I mean? A continuous flow of thought. I don't like to just go, all right, let me just jump to this, or let me jump out of this and just talk about relationships. I feel like once everything kind of has like a segue to it or leads into each other, like a continuous thought, I'm like, all right, it's ready now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
In New York, man, you guys, I don't know if it's probably just during COVID, but like comedy, people are doing comedy in like some of the weirdest spots. Like, what's one of the weirdest places you ever did comedy? I seen you did it at a barbershop one time.
Yeah, I did a barbershop. I just did it. Well, actually, last night I did a tattoo parlor. Um, damn. Pizzerias. Yeah, shout out to Two Boots. They were cool. Where else? Middle of the park. Oh yeah. During lockdown, we were just doing comedy, like dead ass in the park, like straight up. And it's amazing how many people showed up for it. Like hundreds of people will come sit outside. And I know it's because of COVID and whatnot, but like people will just come and sit out and just enjoy a show. And some people still do outdoor shows. I can tell you the weirdest places that I opted not to. Like, I hate doing ambush comedy. Like, I hate when they don't tell the patrons that there's going to be a comedy show. There's nothing worse than like a couple trying to figure out their relationship, and then the comedian goes, "Hey, y'all, we got some jokes over here." Like, no, that's messed up. They did not come here for this. It's surprisingly not, like a lot of comics still do subway car shows. Like they ambush subway cars and start telling jokes, which can be kind of fun and also can be like real fucked up because literally people are just trying to get home from work and here you go. I know you're trying to brighten a day, but you ain't hitting it right now, bro.
You got that big breasted woman sitting there talking about, don't start with me today.
I ain't got no time for this right now.
I've never been to New York, man. It seems like an adventure. That's what
it really is. Like, people really don't understand, like, everything. Like, I love the fact that Twitter and Instagram and social media in general is showing you guys what New York is, because everyone has that Jennifer Lopez image of what New York is, and it's like, nah, it's so much different than what y'all think it is.
I love J-Lo, but I knew she wasn't real when she didn't go back with Diddy. I was like, she ain't about that life.
Oh man, I knew she was gonna break up with A-Rod. I called her break up with A-Rod during the lockdown because, like, when she called Diddy during lockdown, they started dancing over Zoom together. I was like, yeah, this is over.
Now she's back with that pink meat.
Yeah, she like pink. She like pink. She like Boston.
Can't get down with that, man. All right. So, with the comedy album, now, like, what's next? Like, okay, we shoot another comedy album. When do you say, okay, now it's time to upgrade to a special, or
This is actually what I'm working on right now. I decided to do a special this time around where I am shooting. Well, I found a director that I can trust. That's a big thing, like for me, because like I work behind the camera. I did PA production. PA work on like films and things like that. So I like being behind the camera. I like creating. So the rough part about making a special for me was finding a visual director that can get the image that I want. And that's the hardest thing because you can't be two places at once.
right?
Be up on stage creating. So I finally found somebody. We talked. We working out the contract right now. I'm working on the dates and where I'm going to perform it. I just for this special, it's more important to give it the look that I want. I really want a certain image to come across, like because I already know my voice off the first album. This time, I want them to actually see and hear the show that I type of put on. So, if any comics out there, please, just don't overlook who is going to direct your special, even if you're doing it yourself. Make sure you know somebody and they know the image that you want and what you want to give off, because there's so many times people just hire somebody and they have to settle for what it looks like, and it ends up being just a one camera shoot with occasional one second camera getting a shot of the crowd, and yeah, they're not happy with it. I've seen it happen. So talk to somebody, have an idea, have a reference point, look at other people's specials and figure it out. And sometimes, honestly, it helps working with another comedian.
Yeah,
Like a lot of people don't know, Bo Burnham and Gerard Carmichael, they direct and help each other out with their specials all the time.
yeah,
And because they have that relationship, they are able to give off the image that they want,
yeah.
which is an excellent thing.
Well, I do a little cinematography, so I'm not going to offer my services for that, but I will. I don't
Oh,
mind being.
word.
I don't mind being your PA if you don't.
Hey,
If you
hell
need,
yeah.
just let me know.
Hell yeah.
But my next question would be: would you ever consider directing somebody else's special?
Hey, yeah. I already told my friends if they ever need someone to direct, just please consider me first. And like some of them are taking me up on it. They were excited about it. And like I need to extend that offer to other people because like it's something that I'm really passionate about. Like, especially with stand up.
Mhm.
I know and I know how to help in that field. So I would love to help anybody, or even if I could just be a reference point, or if you want to just bounce ideas off of me. I ain't even got to direct. Just like have me. I'll be a PA also, bro. Like, just hit me up. I enjoy being behind the camera. I enjoy stand up comedy, so it's only natural that I extend my services any way I can.
Um, what was the next question? I'm fried.
Don't worry about it. I'm
this
trying to be
happens.
like you.
This happens. This happens every episode. Every episode is a moment where I forget what I'm about to say, and I'll be like, "Yep, I'm fried."
Oh
Um,
man.
okay, but no. All right. So directing. So when oh, okay, that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say a joke. I forgot. All right. So I direct too, but don't judge
Yeah.
my first directorial debut on my YouTube channel, Pride. It's a crappy movie. Don't judge it. We
Oh,
got
don't
other
worry
stuff
about
to
it.
do.
Don't worry. Yo, that's the great thing, and that's how I could tell like you're good at your craft. Like, and I know it's gonna sound fucked up. People that's excited about their old stuff, like it worries me. Like when they got one thing out there, like all right, my first thing it's the best thing I done. I'm like, you ain't do nothing else after that. Like anybody, I'm like, yo, like anyone that says exactly what you say, I'm like, all right, this is a true artist right here. This is somebody that is dedicated to their work.
Well, my question was gonna be, what's the difference? Because when people hear directing, they think movie directing, but I always wondered, like, how do you direct like a comedy special? Like, what do you exactly do?
So I have experience being on film sets. I have experience being in studio, like news editorial uh, sets also. So when you direct, feel like being in the studio and you're directing, and this is how I do when I do multi-camera shoots with like something like stand up or something like a special that I've seen. Like you got to know when to take camera one, when to take camera two, how to tell your cameramen if they're not good at it to get you the shots that you want and that you need during the production. Like if you have a 3 camera shoot, for example, you're going to want your main shot, you're going to want a wide shot, and you want to, in my opinion, get a reaction shot of the crowd. So, and you got to be able to tell those 2 cameras how to intertwine with each other. Like if one's going, if you have one going to get like an over the shoulder shot of your subject that's on stage or a different perspective from your main shot, you got to tell the 3rd camera, all right, make sure you get some reaction shots at the same time and be able to switch and intertwine and know how to do that. That is like, in my opinion, what makes a good director, and be able to keep an eye out for all those things while shooting.
Yeah, because I actually the closest I've heard to that was like when probably like when I was first in college, I did like football games and stuff.
Okay.
And be in the van with the director and stuff like that. But ever since then, I haven't like heard about it. But I was just wondering like how different it would be with comedy shows. I was actually at the Palace Theater here not too long ago for like a little musical or something like that, and I was looking for like the little booth to see like where it's at and like how they do everything. And I was listening to Ida Rodriguez. She said that it's very important for Black people to make sure that our lighting is important.
Oh,
So
amen.
why is that when it comes to like shooting a special?
All right. You ever do a comedy show and after the show, like somebody white wants to, they say, "Yo, can I get a picture of you?" Mm-hmm. And then they go, "All right," and you step in front of the camera and they take a picture. It's nighttime and they don't turn on the flash. Mm-hmm. I hate when they do that because I know that you take a picture of me on an iPhone in this dark ass room, I'm gonna look like hell. Like Black people know our skin and our lighting. It is so crucial. Some of my favorite photographers are photographers of color, or like photographers that understand that not everybody got the same skin tone. Like in a dark room, yeah, you might be able to take a picture of some pale skin and be able to make it pop and look good, but that ain't gonna work for everybody. You gotta know how to work that ISO. You gotta know how to work the contrast because my skin is totally different. And if you don't light me the right way, you're gonna have me out here looking bad. So it's super important just to understand the differences of not only skin tone, lighting, and just like I think it's a cultural thing, honestly, when it comes down to photography. And I think everyone just thinks you just get behind the camera and just snap away. You can, but it's not always gonna look great.
Right.
Oh man, yeah, I give so many like photographers of color that's around New York and New Jersey so much credit because you could really tell who's been around and understand the culture when it comes down to photography. Like Gordon Parks is one of my favorite photographers, film directors. He directed Shaft. He also has some of the best Black photography in American history that showed Jim Crow South and just showed Black America, and just monumental. He understood lighting. And he understood how to show the proper subject matter. And yeah, oh man, got me thinking about all my favorite inspirations now.
Oh no, you're fine, man. I love photography too. I do photography, man. I do photography too. Like,
yeah.
While you were talking though, I know you got a black angel on the top of that thing.
Hell yeah, I got a black angel. What you think? I'm gonna have a white angel at the top of my tree? I can't go to sleep thinking a white angel's gonna bring me gifts. Get out of here. A white angel on top of my tree might see me come out, call the cops. Oh,
I like that you got it, but I'm like, he actually found one. That's the
yeah.
thing. You gotta find one.
Oh, it's so hard to find a black angel, bro. It is so hard. Like it's hard to find. It's hard to find black Christmas ornaments. Like I got in trouble at my mom's place like years ago because I got tired of this interracial couple's black Santa Claus because they you know how to like they have those Santa Claus that be out in the front lawn, they light up.
Yeah.
So they just basically took a white one and just painted it brown. So it's just like it looked like a white Santa Claus doing blackface, and I was like, "Yo, you gotta get rid of that."
Where did they live at that they got a front lawn? Like,
oh, my parents live over at Maplewood, so Maplewood, New Jersey. Yeah,
go.
Yeah, like Scissor. Like if you know Scissor, that's the town she from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody got lawns and whatnot over there.
You gotta try Hobby Lobby, man. Hobby Lobby has some good ornaments.
Yo, everybody be telling me about Hobby Lobby. Maybe I'm gonna go check that place out.
Yeah, Hobby. My mom is a frequent shopper at Hobby Lobby.
All right.
Yeah. I think she only go because it's Christian based.
Got to make sure that money goes to the right folks. I got you.
So what is like doing comedy in New York, man? Everybody know that's the mecca of doing comedy. Like how do you work your way up from being an open micer to a paid regular?
Show up every day. Be around, hit the mics. The one dope thing about New York, and I know a lot of people who probably say this to you all the time, you could do multiple sets in one night. And that is the blessing that I'm so used to now. Like you can start the day off at 6 or 5 o'clock doing like 2-minute and 3-minute mics. And you could do about like 3 of those. And then like by 8 o'clock roll around, you can find like a show to probably hop on or hang out at and do a spot there. Then 10 o'clock, find somewhere to be and just like multiple sets. It's just, there's a crowd everywhere. And that's the dope thing about New York. The process that goes from growing is just being out and about. When people see you out working, they're going to want to work with you. And they want to know why other people are working with you. So you'll get bookings through that way. Don't be afraid to open your mouth and let people know that you want to get on the show too. That is the big thing. A lot of people wait around and expect like bookers and showrunners and show producers to just know that you want to do their show. No, let it be known. Talk to them.
Yeah.
Find out the process. But yeah, in New York, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get up at least 5 times or every single day of the week.
Yeah, you're making me hate living here, man. You can only get up one time. You can only get up one time, man. One time. I hate it. I'm like, I got so many jokes.
But you get a chunk though. When you get up though, you get a chunk of time, right?
Yeah, I mean, you get 5, and then there's about maybe one that gives you well, that was not even operating anymore.
Oh damn, yo.
The one on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Depending if the list is short, they'll give you like 8 to 10.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad, but yeah. But it forced me to like, cause I'm naturally a storyteller, so it forced me to like work on shorter jokes, which I felt like was one of the weakest part of my games. And I took advantage of like using that time to do crowd work too. So yeah, you just gotta like adjust to like whatever atmosphere you're in is what I'm noticing.
Heck yeah. And that's another thing too. Like people discredit 3-minute mics and 2-minute mics. It helps you work out a bit. Like if you could do multiple jokes in 2 minutes, that means that joke is strong and you could grow it from there. And when you could take that one part or 30 seconds of that joke and turn that same joke into like a 1-minute joke in a 2-minute mic, that's excellent. So
my question is like, one of the things I struggle with is like, since I am naturally a storyteller, I usually want to like
stretch out,
say too much. Yeah, say too much or whatever, stretch it out. So I'm trying to figure out now, like when I'm working on these shorter jokes. Okay, like this is where it stops. Like I'm not saying like stop writing the joke, making it better, punch it up, but I'm just saying like when do you know like with the shorter jokes? Okay, this is it for this.
Um, that's such. Again, I only could go with my experience. I know that if I take an idea to like a 2 minute mic and like I get a one or two laughs off the idea, I'm like, all right, cool. And then from there, I just have a tag for it, and I just say it like as like a one liner or just like a thought, and then I try to have a second thought to it or add on to it and grow it from there and there. And like it's so hard to try to explain my process because like I don't write like everybody else. Like you ever see like most comics notebooks, they have everything written out. I just have bullet points. I just have like one line where I just go, all right, talk about Kanye flag. And then from talking about Kanye flag, I look at it again for like a third time and I try to examine it again and try to find more and more and more to break down and from there. So for me, it just starts just with a small idea and I just let it naturally grow into a bigger and bigger and bigger. But for storytelling, I just always tell a story. Like if you tell me I got like 10 minutes to tell one story, I'm gonna tell the whole story in detail in that 10 minutes. And I'm gonna keep doing that until it actually grows into a proper story.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you gotta cut some stuff out of it too.
Yeah. Sometimes what I do is I'll take I have the premise and then have a couple tags or whatever, and then after that, like I'll keep it short. Like I usually just get like about 3 or 5 tags, and I feel like I'm done. And then I'll like stop telling the joke for like a couple months, and then I'll think of something else, and I'll be like, or I might think of something totally different from the joke, and I'll be like, oh, this actually goes with this, and so I'll just add it. That's usually like what I do.
All right. Yeah, that's a good way of doing it too. Like a lot of people should like take a break and let jokes breathe for a little bit because when you return to it, you'll be able to grow it even more also.
Yeah. Give it a different look.
Yeah, coming back at it with a different view.
Yeah. And then plus here too, like it's only like I don't want everybody know what comedy show it is. Right? So like,
yeah.
If you went to last week's comedy show, like you done heard this joke already. So it's like, all right, let me wait.
All right.
At least that's how I feel. I don't want to like I don't mind people keep hearing the same joke, but like if I do keep a track of like who they came to what show, I'll be like, all right, they didn't heard this joke before. Let me try and give them something new to keep them wanting to come back, I guess.
Yep. I used to do the same thing at my comedy open mic. I used to tell and encourage comics, yo, try at least one new joke. If you're going to do a set here, like the same set you did last week, just try one new joke, whether at the end or in the beginning or in the middle. Just don't do the same thing verbatim that you did last week because we like my comedy open mic had a crowd every single Monday, and we would get like at least in Jersey, by Jersey standards, this is big. We get like 50 people to show up to a comedy open mic. It was just like it was free. We just wanted people to buy drinks. So we just wanted all the comics that are coming in and benefiting from this crowd and growing from this crowd. Just tell something new. Keep it spicy for these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Obviously you are, you got a following and everything like that. How do you, as a comic, how do you brand yourself to make sure that, when you do shows, people are coming up, when you do these special comedy albums, like people are coming up and supporting?
I try to limit how I promote my big shows. Like, I'm gonna change that. I don't always promote every single show that I'm on because I know that'll like dry out when I want to do like a big or major event. Because like if you came out last week just to come see me, like just doing my everyday Brooklyn show, you ain't gonna want to come out the next week to see that all over again. So like when I tell people that follow me, yo, this is big for me, I make sure I let it be known. This is a big deal. So support this. If you haven't seen me in a while, this is the show that you should come out for. But like that's the best way to brand it. Like be super honest with your crowd. Have daily shit on like your Instagram, whether it's just bullshit or not. Like it could just be anything. Just put something up there to let them know that you're still out here working. Stay fresh in their minds. That's why I do the Instagram thing. That's why I do Twitter, Facebook. I just dick around on so I could just so people know. All right, if I'm looking for something funny, I can go to Gordon Page. Yeah. He always got like a funny TikTok up there. He just stay fresh in their mind. And that's the best way of branding. Outside of that, get emails. Start an email list so people know that you're serious about it. Start a website that anybody that comes to the website, they can sign up for the email list and get an email blast, because everybody get emails and sometimes they don't want to hear from their work. They want to hear from you. So figure out a way to get to them.
Yeah. And being in New York, what other ways are you exercising like your comedic gift besides just doing stand up?
Podcasting has been another way I've been expressing like my artistic side. I do 2 podcasts. Actually 3. I do that other thing on Patreon with my homie Mel. We talk about mental health and ways of relaxing and proper ways of being an adult. A lot of people don't know how to be an adult anymore. They just got this 3rd grade mentality. So we sit around and we drink and we give sound advice, and we talk about going to therapy, both of us, and just like in our own individual experiences, relationship advice, just healthy adulting advice. And then we have the Bad Advice Show, and that's me, Sarome Russell, and Melanie. Also, like we do a weekly podcast where we just give out ridiculous advice and just tell jokes and just keep people up to date when current event news. And last but not least is my Period Piece podcast, where I talk with my friends about their periods and funny stories from their periods and stuff like that.
Like blood periods?
Yeah. Yeah, menstruation. That is the reaction that I get from everybody. If anybody wants to listen to it, it's called Period Piece, hosted by Gordon Baker Bone. It's on all platforms. I did my first season of it, and it's like, yeah, I just talk with my friends about their periods, and like they got funny ass stories about it. Like it's so wild that most men will never know the stories, because like they simply just won't ask.
How did you come up with this idea?
I was dating my ex, and like I don't know, we just had this very open discussion about her menstruation. Like that's anybody that like I date also. Like I always feel like I need to know about it, because like if we miss one, fuck, we pregnant. So what? You always asking me to keep track of your keys. Fuck, let's keep track of that too. So
hey, did you ever get like did you ever have like one girl like or like whatever, like girl in high school like hit you up with like, I'm 2 days late? Like,
yeah. Bro, I had that happen to me. I had a girl go, "Oh, I'm 2 months late." What the fuck you mean? Wait, what happened to the first month?
I ain't never got to months, man. I ain't never got to months. I just got to days. Like, I'm 3 days late. I'm like, well, what you telling me for? Like, obviously, just go take the test and we can figure out if you are or not. First of all, it's only a couple days. Like,
yeah,
you can relax. Like,
yeah. If somebody told me they was 2 days late, I'm like, wait, you stressing? You lost some weight?
That's exactly. I'll be like, listen, baby, you ain't pregnant. You just stressed. Just relax. You'll be all right. It'll come in like 3 days. You'll be all right. Then the next day,
yeah,
I got my period. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, you're good.
I know it all now. I'm like, oh, you hanging out with somebody new? Y'all probably synced up. Check on her. See if you got her. But yeah, like it was just something that I just had conversations about with my ex, and then from there, like she always had like funny stories about her period, and just like She was like, I'd never like shared stuff like this before with anybody. And I'm just like, all right, well. So I just started asking my friends about it. And then like they started telling me stories, and they were like funny ass stories. It just wasn't like stories that most people won't want to hear. It's like great fucking stories. Some of them are sad, some of them are hilarious also, but some of them are like goofy as shit. But it's just like it's these stories that people majority of the world has a period and no one knows shit about it.
Yeah.
So it's crazy that I recognize that nobody knows anything about it. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do a podcast where we just talk about it. And it's been a lot of fun. And that's I'm working on my second season of that right now.
Well, Gordon, that is very thoughtful of you. Care about these women, periods, to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my foot on the pedal and let you guys know you're not alone, period. Every week, I'm going to talk about a girl's period.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man. You know, that's how you know you love someone, if you have period sex.
Oh, bro. Ruined many of sheets.
First time I did it, I was like, I'm really having period sex right now.
Yeah, women don't realize that like that eternal conversation men have when we have period sex. They just think, oh, he's just nasty. No. The whole time we talking to ourselves.
Nigga, you 22 having period sex. Where are you going with your life?
Is this who you want to be? Is this how bad you need sex?
You know, your hand don't got blood. You could have just used that. Oh, man. The things we do, man.
Yo.
The things we do.
No.
That's how I'm like convince my kids not to have sex before marriage. I'm be like, it comes with a lot of blood. Don't do it.
Yeah. You ain't gotta scare them. Just tell them the truth. Just tell them the truth.
I often thought that if like guys had periods, like our pads would look like a Band-Aid, just cover over the tip.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Oh.
I'm glad we don't have it.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit that's horrendous. The stories I've heard, bro. The stories I've heard.
Do you have how do you keep your stomach when you hear these stories? Or are they funny?
I'm used to it by now. Like it's just
of course.
Yeah, it's just it's just wild to know that like all this is happening and like no one's like letting you know that it's happening at all. Like there's so many times like your girl probably had like the wildest period and she didn't even let you know.
Yeah.
You just had to find out through like an argument or an emotional breakdown.
This show I watch is called what is it called? Now I Have to Destroy You. It come on HBO Max.
Yeah.
They were talking about periods and how they get blood clots during their periods, which is something I did not know. And I was like,
yeah, bro. Yeah.
Why I couldn't be no woman.
It get thick and messy. Wait till you find out about Wait till you find out about women that are free bleeders out there, yeah. Women that don't wear
bleeders?
Yeah. They don't wear they don't wear pads. They just bleed into like pants and shit. Yeah.
It's like an OnlyFans subscription right there, dog. Who's doing that? They gotta be white, huh? They gotta be white.
You'll be surprised.
Oh, wow.
There's still women to this day that won't use tampons because they feel like it's violating them or it's too close to sex like.
Very interesting. I would have never thought of that. Like that.
Oh, bro,
if women really wanted to get back at it, especially with this whole abortion thing, they should just like not buy tampons at all and just stand on the middle of the street and just let it all out. And just say, we run this bid. Contaminated blood. They could really shut this thing down if they really want.
Oh yeah, they definitely can. They definitely could. Oh my God.
Gordon, man, like what's some words of encouragement or motivation you would give to any comic that's listening to this right now?
All right. To any comics that's out there or anybody thinking about doing comedy, here's the best piece of advice I could give you. Just go do it. Don't wait for some just go do it. Just stop waiting, stop hesitating. It's not as bad as you think it is. The first time might feel like it's going bad, but just go out there, have fucking fun. Realize that, like, you know, the only way that you can make it happen is you. The only person that's stopping you also is you. And try to travel more. Try to get out of your bubble, your circle. Go to another town and tell jokes. Go to another state and tell jokes. It's just not just your town. Just branch out as much as possible. Not only will you get a trip out of it, you'll gain some new perspective, maybe even like some new connections. So try it, travel, and stay consistent. If it don't work the first time, try it again, man. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. I thought you said don't do it, so that's why I was busting.
Oh, oh yeah, that too. Nah, I support everybody that's like going out there trying it. Like it's fucking fun, but
Yeah.
you know, I got to keep it real with you. It's stressful. It's stressful.
Gordon, tell people why they should listen to Comedians in Bed.
Oh, you guys should listen to this because like just doing this interview is giving me more insight on like my career, how to grow as a comedian, how to help others as a comedian. And because like this has been one of the most chill podcasts that also informs you that I've been on.
And what you guys don't know, this whole time he was watching porn. We was doing that.
Yep.
Like,
Yep. Yep. I was pulling the Kanye the whole time.
I would not shake Kanye's hand, but he talk about porn too much, man.
You know, they revealed that like he used to watch porn in the office while he was like designing shit.
Yeah, and I respect the honesty. I respect it. I could never find a way to position my phone and like watch it at the same time. So
Oh man,
this dude's smart, man. Gordon, man, tell people where they can find you at, man.
You can find me at Baker Bone on Instagram and Twitter. You can find me as Gordon Baker Bone on Facebook. I have a Facebook group that's on there. I have a website that you can sign up and find out about all my show dates, bakerbone.com. That's all one word, bakerandbone.com. You guys can find out more about my shows, my upcoming events, my upcoming projects, and my podcast on that website.
Gordon, man, greatly appreciate you. And if you guys want to catch next week's episode, you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ty Erskine or subscribe to wherever you listen to podcasts. We're available wherever you listen to podcasts. We greatly appreciate Gordon for getting up this time. And something I just realized, man, he has like a natural porn name. I don't know why he's such a natural porn name. But Gordon, man, we appreciate you being on here this week. We'll see you guys next week. Comedians in Bed. We appreciate you.